Look at it. It's beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. It still kind of feels weird saying that. I have another recipe that is pretty good. I've tried it once.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna make some adjustments to make it better. The first time I made it, it was pretty dry. So I just kind of like drowned it in sauce, as we usually do. It's still macro friendly though, so I added a couple of different things and I am going to tweak the recipe a little bit. But this video, unlike my last one, there were some requests for this recipe, so this is not an unsolicited, unwarranted recipe. I just can't guarantee it's gonna be a good one. I have two cameras. We're getting technologically advanced here. Got one pointing at me, one pointing at these ingredients. So what we'll need is ground chicken. I get the pretty lean one, so I think this one is not labeled.
But it's chicken, so it's gonna be lean.
My shopper did not check to make sure it was super lean.
With the stuff that's going on, I got what was available. Thank you very much.
This is not lean at all.
You meet your fats.
Just remember, use lean chicken. Mine will probably come out more moist than yours because this is not lean chicken. Just remember that. But if you don't really care about your fats or you need to meet your fats for the day, then use pretty lean chicken. So like 90-10, if they give you an option. But ground chicken, you can also use pork. Pork is very good. You can use beef, whatever. Just get your lean meats in. I am going to add some shiitake mushrooms to it. It tastes delicious, so chop some of those up. You will also need, and this is pretty important, wonton wrappers. You can get these from Wegmans or your local Asian store. These are pretty specific though. For the information on the carbs, it's pretty good. So I would recommend getting these Dynasty Wonton wrappers. I got them at Wegmans. Another thing that you'll need is actually a muffin tin. I got these really, really gigantic ones because I don't want to eat small bite-sized servings of things because I'm hungry all the time. Big muffin tin. Another thing that you will most likely need is sesame oil and hoisin sauce. Also available at your local grocery store. Salt and pepper to taste too. You need a bowl also. You will also need green onion. Casey did not grab the most fresh green onions, but that's okay. What? If you don't want to get called out, you gotta do a better job.
They were fresh when I got them 3 days ago.
You also need garlic. I here am a lazy bitch. I did not buy garlic. I buy it pre-chopped. It's so easy. It's still garlic.
Saves your time.
But I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people online that would argue like it's not the same. But you know what? We're lazy here. We also have garlic salt, black pepper, and ginger. You'll also be needing 3 eggs. Now a splash of soy sauce. This is Maggi sauce. It's not the same, but I prefer it. This will be added while in the skillet. Be surprised. Your job is to make sure the cameras are still rolling, because last time I made a recipe video, it stopped filming in the middle. And so these wonton wrappers usually come frozen, so it's important to leave them out like a few hours before you're about to make them. I forgot. So I'm gonna have to wait for them to defrost before I can make it. Now that the hands are all washed, move all this shit out of the way so y'all can witness my abysmal chopping skills. We're going to rinse the mushrooms because they dirty. So I like to use half of a package per pound of meat. So that's what we're gonna do. I feel so official. I'm about to get all these little bowls out and shit. Bam, little bowl. Some of y'all are about to be real offended by the way that I chop things. We know from the shop. We're gonna take these up. We're gonna dice them up real good. Ooh. As you can see, my cutting board is very shitty, but we're gonna make do with it anyway. And as we can also see, my knife skills are even worse than this cutting board. I lost a couple there, I'm bringing back in. People ask me why I don't cook that much, and this is why.
Well, I'm laughing, I'm just working general.
All right. One of these days I'm gonna get a beast cam.
Just see what he sees.
Just see what he sees. I mean, we have a GoPro. I heard putting a paper towel underneath of the cutting board helps, so let's try that. But nothing can help my knife skills. Ooh, you're sweating at home, thinking I'm gonna cut myself. I think we're good with that. Since we're on the subject of chopping things, I suppose I will chop these as well. Do you see this? Do you see this?
Those are just little strands that came off, okay? Calm yourself.
This is...
Calm.
I will admit that there are some that are fresh in here, but there are some that are really not. Okay, cut the ugly parts off. Wish I could do that to myself. Look at this! Damn, I am such a pro. I'm just kidding. Whoever is watching this, I'm really not a pro. This is just luck. Oh, lost a couple of soldiers there. Good thing I cleaned my granite yesterday. This is 1 pound of ground chicken, 2.5 ounces of shiitake mushroom, which is half the package. Dump that shit right in there. I spice things pretty freehand. For those of you who do not, you are not going to like this recipe. You know what? Gordon Ramsay does this. He doesn't give precise measurements. I'm gonna do it too. So then I add a little salt, garlic salt, a little bit of pepper, and some ginger. This is pretty strong stuff, so I try not to add too much, just a few shakes and we're good. So now that we have these ingredients all together, we're gonna smash it up with our hands. Just get it in there, just like that. Okay, now that it is decently mixed up, we're gonna throw this in the skillet now. We're gonna saute the garlic and probably should have sauteed the mushrooms with it. You live and you learn. So let's do 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Heat that up real good. Get us some garlic. I like a lot of garlic. I will not give you measurements because I feel like that's a crime. Who am I to tell you to don't use a lot of garlic? I love garlic. They don't call this Rosie's Ratchet Kitchen for nothing. Here's a fun thing. Bear is actually afraid of the fan. So every time we turn it on, he leaves the room. I'll film that in a little. Where's Bear? He's on the ground. Uh-oh, he's leaving. You're missing it. He doth not like the sound.
He does not.
Turn this bad boy down a little bit. Nice and hot. And we're just gonna dump this bad girl right in there. Get on in there. I didn't want it to splatter on me, so that's why I picked it up like that. Gonna saute this bad boy nice and good. And the reason why we're sauteing this is because wontons cook pretty easily. Last time we made this, the wontons cooked within like 10 minutes to almost to the point of burning. And so we don't want to cook the chicken with the wontons because we don't want it to burn and be all crispy, and we want it to be crispy. We don't want it to be burnt. Turn this down a little bit, and I'm gonna add a little bit of soy sauce. So we're gonna add a little bit of Maggi seasoning. If you don't have it, it's fine. Soy sauce is fine, just a little splash of that. Yes, yes, delicious. Now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of Hoisin sauce. It smells so good. Okay. Move that off the stove. Let's check to see if these are defrosted. Okay, these defrosted. Now that our shit is cooked, we shall go on to the assembly station. I'm gonna take 2 of these bad girls, spray it down. Just a little spritz is fine. And just cup them in there like that. So you want to make a cup out of it so that there are edges coming up like that. There we go, that's 1 cup. Six big cups made. Okay, so with your measuring cup, I like to put it on the scale first, my disgusting scale, tear it out, and since I cooked a pound of chicken, like 16 ounces, I divide by 6, which is 2.5 ounces-ish. Now, with cooking, it draws a lot of the moisture out, so when I'm scooping these out, I'm really looking for 2 ounces per cup. I guess I should account for the mushrooms as well. We'll start with 2 ounces each. Dump it in. While we do this, we're gonna preheat our oven as well because we forgot to do that. I have the oven preheating to 350. Okay, so as you can see, we have a little bit left over. So I'm gonna scoop it all out and weigh the whole thing and divide it by 6. 0.8 ounces per.
Give or take.
That's fine. Okay, well then. For the low maintenance people, you don't have to do it the way I do it, but for those who are macro conscious, this is the way to go. Cool. All right, here's the part where we're gonna need egg. So we're gonna take the 3 eggs and mix them all in a bowl and put them right in with the cups because that'll bind them all together and it'll cook really nicely. And it tastes pretty good. You can skip this step if you don't like eggs. I personally like it. Should I try to juggle? Just kidding. Sorry if this is a boring video. I thought I'd be a lot funnier today. Y'all ready for this?
You got it. You got it.
Oh no!
You almost did it.
There's like 4 pieces of shell in there. Why did I listen to you?
And guys, this is what happens when you get cocky.
Fuck you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus can't help me now. My other camera ran out of battery, or ran out of memory, so we'll just use this one. So we're just gonna take, we're just gonna do this 1 spoon at a time. Just a little bit in there. Half of an egg each. All right, and we're all set now. We're gonna pop these in the oven when it reaches its heating temperature. So we're gonna cook it for 10 minutes at 350. Oven's ready. We're gonna stick these bad bitches in the oven. 10 minutes, 350. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. My undies keep showing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
When you're done with the wontons, just put them in a baggie, stick them in the freezer, and re-defrost every time you need to use them. Now, I'm not a professional, so I don't know how well they will keep after 5 or 6 defrostings. We'll just see. I know it's good after 2. A wildly important component of this recipe is the yum yum sauce. I picked this up at Harris Teeter. This just adds an extra element of tastiness, and it's relatively decent on fats. So I'd recommend picking it up. I'm gonna top off all the wontons with this sauce. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. I have an alternative.
Oh, I didn't even know we had that.
Now, I'm pretty anal about tracking things, but I don't track soy sauce. It's only 10 calories per tablespoon, and there's really not much in it, so I suppose for the purposes of this instructional, I should weigh it out for you.
You just wasted it?
Sir, we are a Maggie family. We're Vietnamese. We don't use soy sauce. Tablespoon. We'll measure out 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 packet of Splenda to sweeten it up. You can use mirin, you can use sugar, but because I don't like to waste my calories on sugar, I do Splenda. You can also use stevia. Because you're Asian, use chopsticks to stir. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of water. And there you have a dipping sauce. It is a slightly sweeter, watered down version of soy sauce. I personally like it. A lot of Korean barbecue restaurants use this. This is just kind of something I made up when I was younger. Tastes great. Pour it right on top of your wontons. It's delicious. As a matter of fact, it was so delicious, my dog knocked it off the counter today, and my granite that was poorly sealed absorbed it. Okay, looks like 10 minutes has passed. In that time, I used it to feed my dogs, so if you hear crunching, that is them. No need to worry. Take these bad girls out the oven. Okay, they're gonna need a couple more minutes. So I'm gonna put them back in. Since these have more fat in them, I figure that's probably why they need a little bit more time. I'm just gonna keep them in for 5 more minutes, maybe even less, because as you can already see, the wontons are already starting to crisp pretty well. So I don't want to leave it in there for too long. Alexa, set the timer for 5 minutes. Okay, Alexa telling me it's time. Alexa, off. Alexa, off. Okay, it look good now. And here is what it looks like. Yummy. Well, sizzly and shit. This not for you. No. This not for you. These turned out very nice. Eggs are nice and done. The wontons are nice and crispy. And when they're done, you should be able to just lift them out like that. So now it's time to plate these. Just put them right there like that. Just gonna take my yum yum sauce. Measure out a tablespoon of that bad girl. Put it on there very nicely. Yes, yes. Just spread it on there. Take a little here and just oh, restaurant quality. Yeah, like that, huh? Gonna take your green onions. Wait, oh, sorry, not yet. Your homemade sweet soy sauce. Drizzle it on there, just a couple drops like that. Beautiful, beautiful. A little bit of green onions. And boom! You got wontons. I prefer to eat it like a cupcake, though it is scalding hot right now. So I will eat this later. Anyways, the nutrition facts are right. Yeah? The recipe is down in the comment section. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyways, I'm starving. Casey's starving, so we're gonna go ahead and eat this bad boy. If you liked this video, please throw a like. If you did not like this video, throw a like anyway. Help us this out. Subscribe, obligatory. And let me know what you think. And that's gonna wrap it up for Rosie's Ratchet Kitchen today. See you next time.